Hi everyone, welcome back to Mixed Media Morsels Edgewise. Today I'm going to be working on my October pages, and I'll be providing some prompts that I like to use on my pages. You can use them too if you want to. It's not required, but it's fun when you do. So I'm going to take my page out to make it easier to work now that this journal has gotten quite full. It's pretty high on this side. So I like being able to take out the page to work on. And so I'm going to give you the prompts now. Okay, we have use a sponge, add corrugated cardboard, and add window. And we also have for our edge, buttons. All right, that's going to be really fun to make a cute little edge on our page using buttons. If you don't happen to have buttons, you can always make buttons out of like cardstock or paper and punch a couple little holes in them, and they can still be stitched onto your page or glued down, whatever you like to do. I've got some painted papers that I want to add to this to make a background. This is just some paper where I was using up some excess paint. And I'm going to put some of this blue at the top to kind of represent a sky. And then I've got a piece of green that I've torn. It was on the same paper. It was just another section of this big paper that I had. And I'm going to put this on the bottom to represent the grass. I'm going to have to move this down just a little bit more. Here we go. It'll be something like that. And then, of course, I'll trim it out. Yeah, I think that's going to be fun. Okay, so now we've got the little background going, and I'm going to go ahead and use a sponge. Got one of these little sponge daubers, and I want to put a little bit of paint on this sky just to add a little bit of clouds, so it's not just plain blue. Let me get rid of some of this green right here that was on this page too. That white will help that. There we go. Got rid of that. I think that's a cute little sky. When I got the prompt that said add a window, I immediately thought about a house, and I thought it would be really fun to add a little house to my page. And I'm going to use fabric to make a little house. I just grabbed some scraps. I thought this one would be fun to use for the front of the house, and then have maybe this on top for a roof. And then I just grabbed some additional pieces in case I needed them. I'm not sure. Actually, I do think I might use this black to put a window or two on the house. I think that might be fun. I'm going to glue these lightly to a piece of deli paper, because what I want to do is stitch around this house after I get it put together. I want to take it to my sewing machine and stitch around it, and then I can glue it to the page, and I just think that's going to be super fun. I'm going to love the stitching on that. So probably doesn't need to be any wider than that right there. So let's just tear it. Okay. And now I need to cut it off a little bit. Right around there. All right, that's pretty cute. And maybe I'll set it up a little bit. All right, so now I'm going to take this blue piece and see. Put that off about here. I think I'm going to use my pinking shears and just cut a little triangle. It might be wonky, it might be funny looking, but I think that'll add to the charm of it. I'm just freehand cutting here. Oh gosh, it's already so cute. I love that. So what I'm going to do is just take a glue stick and just lightly tack it down to keep it in place while I sew around the outer edges. Oh, you know what I'm doing? I'm gluing it to my page instead of to my deli paper. Okay, let's do that again. That's kind of cute. And then for the door, I'm going to use the corrugated cardboard. So I've got a piece of that here. See, I'm going to go ahead and stick these down. There we go. I'm just going to cut a little rectangle. And I'm going to peel off the paper on this side so I can see the corrugate there. That's the side I want to face out. I think that is going to be really cute. Then we'll cut the top. I'm going to sew around the rest of it, and then I'll glue that little door on. Okay, so I'm going to trim this out just to take to the sewing machine. and I'm going to go stitch around that, and then I'll be right back. Okay, so I have it all stitched down. I stitched around the roof, around the front here, and around the two little windows. So I just need to trim off the paper, and then I can glue it down to my page. Trying to go underneath this. Maybe I can tear it. Oh yeah, there we go. I don't want to take off my little zigzag edge. I like that. I think it adds a lot of character. Try using my little ruler here. Let's see if that helps. Yep. Okay, there we go. That's so cute. Maybe I'll put a little yellow chimney on it. I should have stitched it on while I was stitching, but I didn't think about it in time. So now that I'm thinking about it, I'm going to add it over here. That's kind of cute. Maybe I'll just draw some little stitch marks on it. All right, now while we have this glue out, I'm going to go ahead and add my door. Make a little doorknob. I've got some little paper flowers that I cut out of a magazine that I think I'm going to just put down here in the grass. Okay, so I've used all of my prompts. Of course, I'm going to do my buttons. What I'd like to do is take some buttons and attach them to this little piece of fabric here. I picked out some little buttons that I thought would be really cute on my edge. And I saw Janet Nash adding buttons to a page edge probably about a month ago. And she actually attached it to a piece of, I think it was fabric or ribbon. So I thought that was a great idea to do the buttons. So I'm going to sew them to this piece, and then I'm going to glue this piece to my edge. that's my page so far. I'm still going to add a quote right here, but I don't know what that is just yet. So I will be sure to show that at the end of the video. Thanks for watching, everybody. I really enjoyed this page, and I hope you have a good time making yours. And I can't wait to see those in the Mixed Media Morsels Facebook group. We will see you again in the next one. Take care, everybody. Bye-bye.